Bam! Welcome to the show tonight. Pro Se Legal School. You be the judge. I brought the tools. You do the work. Y'all know all of that. Welcome to the stream tonight. And in tonight's live stream, we're going to talk about, a different judge. And we're going to talk about a couple of other things. But before we get started, I need you guys to make sure that you click on those ads that they're showing on my YouTube channel. Make sure you ring the bell and please subscribe. I need to get to that 10,000 mark subscriber, and I'm not there yet. So a couple of things. So the webinar training that I'm going to have at the end of the month that I'm planning to have is going to be titled How to Bring Justice to Judges. That seems to be what everybody's interested in. And, we've been learning in this program from the gate how to cut to the chase, because anybody got time for all that shenanigans. We need to learn how to cut to the chase. And for those of you who took the time to study the instructional videos, the updated instructional videos, then you know that the real-time feedback is helping us do this cutting to the chase stuff. Welcome to the show tonight, Miss Kim and William. Mark. I don't recognize you, Mark. Welcome to the show. Are you new? I'm not going to make you run laps. You're in the right place. I just like to recognize who we have, and it makes a big difference if there's ever a situation and somebody needs something extra or something or whatever, and I recognize those people as people show up supporting what we're doing here. It makes it a little easier to say hell no. Okay, sorry, I got distracted. It makes it a little easier. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I was going somewhere good with that. I just have to, stick my foot in my mouth. So anyway, in tonight's program, we're going to talk about that picture that I had, and this is some of the techniques that we're going to learn in the webinar training, and we're going to talk a little bit about Tammy's case, and we're learning from doing these things. So let me do a screen share here. And then I want to show you guys. Screen share. Let me see. Well, first off, before we get to the thing that I want to show you guys, I want to show you guys the other thing that no one knew I was going to talk about. So this thing that we're going to talk about is the mental evaluation. When they sent me back for the forced medication order during the mental evaluation process. So basically what's going on is, you guys seen that picture that I posted. It's not showing on my thing here, so I'm not sure why I can't see it on my screen. But that picture that I posted showing the video of Judge Christoph that showed up right underneath her. Showed up right underneath her website, the government website, and the metadata, which is the first words that you see when you're looking at that picture before you click on it, says Judge Christoph is being sued for helping fellow bar members or something to that effect. Yeah, so they moved that. Or actually, I think what they did is they flooded the internet with a whole bunch of cases, past cases of hers. And I think, or I'm not sure. I haven't taken it. I had a couple people tell me they went back 17 pages trying to find it, and they may have removed it. I've had the federal government do that before with stuff that I posted a long time ago that they didn't like, and that's how I learned how to do this stuff. So that federal prosecutor package and the stuff that Tammy's doing and a few other people have done in federal court is stuff that didn't come from the real time feedback. That shit came from my feedback and my wife's feedback. Pretty much. And it's totally badass. So this is what I'm going to show you guys tonight is one of the reasons why. Well, the main reasons why I do this, and I'm also going to show you what they did to me. So, and the reason I'm showing you guys this is because I know what's going on over there in Tennessee with Judge Christoph. I already know. I've been through all of this. They're having meetings over there, and they're trying to figure out who I associate with so they could go after their asses and put the squeeze on them to lie on me, like they tried to get me to lie on my wife of 43 years. My high school sweetheart. Yeah, I'm gonna lie on her to get no the people you got, but that's how they roll. But there ain't nobody, and the only person that's helping me out right now is way the hell over in Pakistan. So I don't think they want to go over there and bother her. Yeah, but so that's that, and that's one of the reasons why I don't connect with anybody on this whatever, because that's so I know they're sitting over there doing that. So I'm a coach. I don't sit back and just wait. I like to do like the Ukrainian people. I like to send my drone over there. Yeah, and so that's what we're about to get ready to do. So and the date that all of this stuff happened to me was quite a while ago, but it was less than the statute of limitation time that the ATF got in my face. I'm sure some of you that have been here for a while remember me talking about that a while back. So now, since the ATF got in my face and said I was mentally ill and I couldn't own a firearm, even though all of their charges were dropped, and even though I was never the judge, the doctor. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is just have my own trial right here on my own show. Mm-hmm. Yep, and just like we did with Judge Christoph and Tammy, we took what Judge Christoph did, we looked it up, and turned out Judge Christoph is not supposed to answer the order to show cause is supposed to come from a request coming from the defendant with affidavit, not from the judge who is answering on behalf of the other judge and the other attorney who, yeah. So it already got brought up. So I'm just going to go ahead here and make this work out because, I know they come in with theirs, so I'm coming with mine. So I want to show you guys. This is the transcripts from the mental evaluation hearing that these fools had when they sent me back with a forced medication order. They sent me back to be forced medicated because I wouldn't shut up and I wouldn't take the deal. They came to me 3 times asking me to take the deal, and they told me that if I took the deal, all I had to do was say that I knew something was going on at my wife's store, and I could take a no-low contesto, whatever bullshit, which is, I don't know, to me any kind of a deal. Then it don't matter what words you put on it. Yeah. And so I told him I wasn't. I told him that I wasn't interested in taking the deal, and they asked me why. I said, porque yo no quiero ver mi casa ahorita, porque me gusta la comida aquí. That means I'm not in a hurry to go home right now because I like the food here. Yeah, and then and they got really pissed, and they started doing this mental evaluation shit. But this was the hearing they had, that they sent me off. They had this. My wife showed up with some clothes. My attorney told me that I was going to get out, and then the night before, my attorney called me and said, "Oh, they're going after your wife, and if you say all those things or whatever, she's going to yep." And then when we got to court, she was acting stupid. Yeah, so I know it's over with. Yeah, and I'm just telling y'all this, in case anybody's in this situation. Plus, I want to share it, get it right here, out here in the record, and so everybody can see it. So, the first thing they do is they start screwing with you. And I had somebody leave a comment on the YouTube and said her attorneys was being mean and threatening her and getting in her face and shit. Yeah, trying to intimidate you. Yeah, they want you to lose your temper. They want you to lose your temper. Then, you know what happens next when you lose your temper. Then they say they never could get me to lose my temper. Anyway, so we're in the meeting, and my attorney, told me that morning that the doctor said that I was mentally incompetent to handle my own legal affairs. And so I wasn't going to, and so the hearing, was going to be to send me back for a forced medication order. And so, and I told her, look, if they're going to make me take the medication, I've already been there, and I already know when you get forced medicated, how that goes. Like 5 big dudes come in. Yeah, it's not pretty. And so I told him, if they're going to order me to do the shit, then, that's, but, well, she took that, and you guys can read here. She was lying to the government here, saying that, they're trying to explain everything. And I'm just going to scroll through this real slow. You guys, the part that's important, I have highlighted in yellow. So here they're talking about, what they're going to make me do, and they want to give me a moment to think about it. And they're back on the record, and now they're saying the court rules in motion in the court, and they're. I asked for permission to speak. The judge is reviewing what I said. So I asked him if they ruled that I get forced medicated today. Would I be able to appeal? And so here him haws around. And then the second matter, I was firing my attorney's dumbass. I went to fire her ass at the gate because I could tell Miss Cheryl Pilot out of Olathe off of Cherry Street. I don't know. I wanted to fire her. And so the judge was giving me a hard time about that. And basically he goes on here to tell me that, the doctor said I was mentally ill, whatever. So, but he can't give me any legal advice, and he's in a catch-22. And so you can scroll down here. He just talks a little more about it, not, whether it's usually an appealable order. I'm guessing, which I shouldn't do. He was him-hawing around. But he says that I agreed to voluntarily be medicated, and on that basis, and he just kind of goes through him right there. So, and the second matter is catch-22 because I wanted to fire my attorney. And so the court says right here that you're not competent to proceed in the case. So the courts actually didn't rule that. The doctor said that, who was more quack than anybody that was in the facility that I've been to. I spent 33 months being shipped all over the stinking United. 33 months of my life being shipped all over the country for mental evaluations because I refused to kiss their ass. 33 months. Back and forth, back and forth. Uh-huh. I'm not confident to proceed. So they can't do anything about that. So the motion was denied and that I filed to be released. And they were talking about treatment here, that I can't do anything until they determine me to be competent. And then they're saying here that if I decide that I don't want to do this, then he'll just have the court bring back another order. So, and so they were waiting for me to lose my temper. Is that what they're waiting for you to do? And my wife was really grumpy about why I wasn't more mad. But I could tell what they were doing already. So I don't lose my temper anyway, because when a big ass black man, shit, people whip out that taser application on their phone. Yeah. So I said, yeah, I think I understand a little better now. So if I disagree to take the medication voluntarily, the court orders me to involuntarily take it when I get to the facility. Would they strap me down and force me to take the medication, or would I have an opportunity? I'm just screwing with this dude. To take the medication. So then he says, "Oh, right now the order in effect is that you voluntarily go and take the medication." Oh, okay. Well, we got that understood now. So my understanding that I had told my attorney the court ordered me to that I would. So the involuntary medication on your own on the basis report recommendation. Excuse me. I misunderstood my attorney. Actually, she was lying. Okay, because she understood. I misunderstood my attorney. The court options have, and the one that I have you presented to me in court today, which in my mind, you now agree to voluntarily take the medication, and that's what the judge is saying. If the court ordered me to, the court wouldn't order you to voluntarily do something. Oh, I'm really slow because I'm mentally incompetent. I just needed him to say that on the record. Voluntarily is description. Okay, well, I'm sorry for wasting your time, Your Honor. I misunderstood. Oh, yeah, they were all like, yeah, this whole thing took like 2.5 hours. Oh, you guys, I mean, the whole thing is real thick. So, yeah, I know the procedures. So, it would mean that you resisted, and in some way, they would restrain you, possibly in order. That's what the judge is telling me. No, the defendant is. I misunderstood my attorney. I assumed I was agreeing to take medication after the court ordered me to. Well, yeah. So we're going to scroll down here to the conversation that, okay, right here. So I messed everything up. So now he's going to have them bring back a order and then they have to ship me out again. So I just told him, look, I'm sorry for wasting the court's time. I misunderstood. And the judge is pissed and told me to please have a seat and give him a moment. And then the proceedings was held up at the bench outside of the hearing of the court. Now, my attorney, Cheryl Pilot, and the prosecutor, Ms. Parker, was up at the bench having this conversation with the judge. My attorney was totally selling me out. They were both having a conversation with the judge, trying to get the judge to order me to go back. to order me and make the wording. So you guys can see that they're asking the judge to just make the order, returning me and directing me to comply with the order. And then this is my attorney, and she goes on to say, a bunch of crap. And so then they're asking her to enter an order directive to sound and to make it so that I can believe that they believe I would follow it, and that I do respect the Tribune, which is a bunch of shit. But that's what she's telling the judge. She's lying to everybody. Oh, you guys can read right here. Miss Parker is the federal prosecutor. Now we're going to scroll down to what the court says. So right here, the prosecutor says tomorrow they can submit a proposed language that would capture the flavor of that, what they're saying over here, that the court would be comfortable with. And the court says, probably, but let me think about this for a second. If you'll return, I'll call you back. And then the court calls him back on the record, and he explains to them to them that he's going to agree to send me back, but Judge McGeer tells them to make sure the doctor knows that he is not to medicate me without further communication. I'm just going to scroll down here. Now, the way this hearing goes is called a cell hearing when they're doing this and this crap to you, and you have the same rights that you have in a regular hearing. But the problem is when you have an attorney, your attorney don't want to do anything because they throw you under the bus. So right here, I let them know that I'm not having it, and oh. So I just wanted to share that to get that on the record. You guys can go through it a little slower if you want to check it out. Um, Now the guys over there in Tennessee, I'm sure they're trying to figure out some kind of way. I'm sure they're trying to figure out some kind of way that they can get this thing under control. But it's going to be a little bit of a problem because we're just going to go ahead and get some things done. Now, the webinar that we're going to have is how to bring justice to judges, because that's what it looks like we're ended up doing right here. Um, No, I was dealing with people whose heads are big and the egos are even bigger, and they don't like to be wrong, and they don't like anybody to challenge them. In our system that we have today, that they have, if you challenge them, they punish you. If you take the deal, they punish. They punish you. Oh, if they challenge you, they punish you. Thank you, Kerry Jackson. Yeah, I got but one way to go, and that's the way they don't want. Well, Marky, I understand what you're saying, man, but I hate that word that you're using, the win word. Well, I just don't like it much, and here's why: because to win means in most people's head that the judge is going to say, "Okay, great, okay, give him everything, whatever, whatever," and so that's really not what we do here. We beat their ass down, make them give up. So that's kind of how I like. Now, I've changed some of the documents to go for the knockout, so people can get some kicks while they fall while they're on the ground. But for me, I just like to I just like to punch them a little at a time. Oh, a little at a time, and I'm not in any hurry, as people can find out. Baby girl, Monday. Yeah, so it's funny. When I first got out, and my wife was locked up still because she spent 5 years putting up with that shit because she wouldn't kiss their ass either. So when I first got out, I took a couple shots at 'em, but I didn't know what I know now. And then at some point, you got to make a decision: do I move on with my life and start some business and help other people, or do I turn myself into a hater and put on some? So I ain't got no hater room. And the last thing I ever want to teach my kids or my grandkids or my neighbor kids how to be a hater. So we ain't trying to do that. So we decided to do what we did, and now they want to come back and get in my face again, Justin. No, but they want me to give up. Judge Kopecky sent me a letter, and all of the documents that I sent to his ass in municipal court sent that shit back to me, and told me that they don't litigate nothing in municipal court. And I'm like, well, why the hell is my ass in there? Do you kidding me? All right. But in the letter, he said I could come in, I could plead guilty, be sentenced. That's what the letter said. Be sentenced, and then I could appeal his bullshit over in state court with a trial de novo. Like anybody that been doing this know what that shit means. Oh wait, how the hell am I gonna have an appellate shit in state court when I'm in the fake court over here? Oh, these people ain't got no sense. Oh, Roger, are you a bar member? And the thing, Roger, if you add, I don't know what the situation was you was in court, but it don't matter because either way, the judge was hired by the state and paid by the state and gets benefits from the state to throw your ass under the bus. So the judge should have been on your counterclaim or your claim along with the state and the prosecutor or whatever at the gate, and that's what I would do if this is how they're gonna play. Yeah, I got a demand to strike document. Actually, I've upgraded it like 3 times or something now, and yeah, we use that demand to strike the judge's shit because they're not a foreign agent. They ain't registered with the federal government. That's a federal law, and I'm sure Judge Christoph is trying to figure out how to get on the hell of that. or excuse me, she had to hire an attorney because she can't represent herself. When you add their asses to their own shit, or you add the asses to the shit that's connected to the shit, she can't represent herself. She can't litigate a case that she's a party to. She can't represent her friends like she's trying to do in the first damn place. Mm-hmm. So now the $985,000 that they screwed Tammy out of ain't even about that. It's about going after the magistrate judge or getting up in her shit without consent form. How easy is that? Oh wait, now we trump their ass a little bit more with the demand to strike the magistrate judges. It's a whole new case, and we're going to file a claim against the magistrate judge. But I think before we do that, I think what Tammy's going to do next is, and we keep changing this around. We keep changing this around. So thank you, Carrie. I think you can read my mind. So what we're going to do next is she's going to go ahead and file her temporary restraining order to block the state from receiving federal funding. The entire state. See how they like that. And in the meantime, when she gets her lawsuit filed in state court, because the dudes in federal are screwing her over, so we need to move it down to state court, and we're going to file it in state court. She's still asking $100 million. I don't, they can do whatever they want. There is another court that I would agree, and I'm sure Tammy would agree to go to. That's the International Court of Claims, the Federal Court of Trades. They have 5 or 6 names. We'll go to that court where they have 6 judges that are all they're all judicial judges, and it's a judicial court. We'll be glad to go to that court. That's the only one. That's the only one. So Tammy's going to do that, and then when she gets her, she's going to file a supplement pleading. Now, I think she may have done that already in federal court to address the stuff and stop the federal court process. You always have to stop the process where the court is in before you file over here. And you stop the process with the punching documents. You never answer to them. Well, thank you. She is. And she's my number one hero. And there she is right there. In case you guys wonder, that's my number one hero, in line with my kids and a few other people. Number one hero. And this is why we do what we do. And this, for the people who well, that was fine, Roger. I'm sure he'll be back. I'm not sure what disqualified means, but did you get your deed, or did you get your lawsuit in their face? Is kind of where we go. So, I mean, it's better than doing nothing. Not trying to shoot you down or nothing, But around here, man, we just like to go straight in. We just like to go straight in for the thing, for the cha-ching chang. If time goes by, more details. I don't know what you mean, Kim. As time goes by, no more details. The judge is getting paid by the state. The state don't have jurisdiction to do shit. Their statutes and codes are not valid laws because they don't have enacting clauses. They don't have titles. They don't have bodies, and all their shit is policies. It's not. So I don't know. There's no details Okay, so look, guys, here's how this goes. Here's how this goes. I just want to make it easy for you. Here's how this goes. You file your stuff as soon as, well, if your case started in a state court, you only filing in there to crush that shit and sending them chasing their ass so that you can go over to federal court and not have them calling them on the phone. Okay, that's why we crush the state court process. So it don't have nothing else to do with that. If you do this right, it don't have shit to do with the state court. State court is crushed, and you're suing them in federal court. So, but here's how it goes: as soon as you file something, and a judge dismisses your shit or orders you to do stupid shit or whatever, jump in their ass with your lawsuit, because I can tell you right now that they're screwing with you. If you're using my stuff, there ain't no reason they need to have a show cause hearing. There ain't no reason the judge needs to answer for somebody else. There ain't no reason for none of that shit. I'm just saying. But see, people get the wrong, they get their head stuck in the conventional program. So when judge screws you over, I want to file a complaint, I want to do, that shit takes you long. And the whole time you're doing that, they're still punching your ass in the face, hauling your ass to jail, kicking your family out in the damn street. So. Can we go into more detail about why we stopped the state court process? Because if you don't stop the state court process, if that's where your shit started, the state court's going to be calling them in federal court and telling them they still got this shit under control because you're stupid. No offense, Kim, because you're stupid. I'm not talking about her. Because you have this power and you didn't watch the updated instruction and videos, you don't know how to use it. So that's it. If you do the shit right, then it's a wrap. You crush the state court process and then move your ass over to federal court, and you don't remove the case to do none of that shit. That's old shit. You don't have to do none of that shit if you sue their ass like the updated instructional videos outline. And the people who watch the updated instructional videos, oh, they're my pinky stars. And I know that people have got in the program and then they challenge me on messaging me or if you invest in a premium package and you're allowed to call me, they challenge me and they call me and the asses haven't watched the updated instructional video or any other instructional videos. And usually when this happens and I say something, they say, oh, I've been watching videos for like 2 months, for 3 months. No, I'm talking about specific videos. And for the people who think they're smarter than most people or smarter than me, okay, I don't think I'm that smart. When it comes to this, yeah, for the people who think they're smarter than me, okay, I know the words that you need to be saying if you watch the updated instructional video. I know the words that you need to be using if you watch the original instructional video. I know the words that you use if you're talking to me about all of the shit videos over here that we use to learn this stuff. See what I'm saying? All of this stuff we use to get the updates. So you can go over there and watch all of that shit and do the stuff you think is great, and it's not going to help you in the end because you don't have the updates. And you're going to get punched in the face. And then when you call me, it'll make your ass run some laps. Because when you get punched in the face using my shit because you didn't do whatever, I feel them punches too. And I take it personal. And that's why I get pissed off at some people when your ass calling me and you haven't got yourself to the gate. I don't have time to get you to the gate. And if you don't get to the gate, now we're back to the words. You don't know the right words to talk to me. You damn sure ain't gonna know the right words to talk to them fools when they call your ass on the phone or have a fucking meeting on the internet, whatever. And then that's why I unplug my phone in the morning. No, I actually don't. I don't have these calls anymore. When we, about midway through, those calls in the morning are from the people who didn't listen and do what they were instructed to do. And the people who are doing what they were told, Now they're having trouble. Well, if anybody's having trouble, they should be on Twitter, where Kim is. Kim is coming from where the coaching is done, and that's it. I haven't shut everything down on Facebook. Well, they actually limited all my pages on Facebook, so I can't go to any business pages or whatever, which is fine because I'm talking shit. Because I don't care. I don't coach over there anyway. So, and I post a lot of stuff in Twitter, updates and things. You can go to Twitter and you can keep track of what we're doing with Tammy. I'm about to post a couple things in there for her tomorrow or whenever I get around to it. I'm thinking if they done that, Kim, that usually doesn't happen if you have the state players added on there and you done that right. So, and that's why we have it set up that way. And so you might want to check out the updated instructional videos. Now, I don't have a lot of people who I get head-to-head battle with and almost block from the program. So I'm going to throw that out there. So you can think about that when you call me with some bullshit that you watched the updated instructional videos and you haven't, and you think I'm going to line you out. Okay. The people that almost got blocked, I remember who they are. It's not that many. And I appreciate them coming to the table and getting some shit done. But if you don't watch the instructional videos, then the updated videos, then you're going to miss out on what we've learned from the real-time feedback from you badasses that are up in here helping me get this shit done. So, see what is on Sunday night. I want to have a stream on how to fire your bitch ass attorney. Sorry, I don't care. I'm saying it anyway. If you got an attorney up in your face Sunday night, I'm going to talk about how to fire your bitch ass attorney. Yeah, we're going to talk about the legal lies and all of that shit and how to fire your bitch ass attorney. So, and also for the people who attend the stream on Sunday night that need to fire their bitch ass attorney, I may provide my legal malpractice lawsuit. I call it legal malpractice, but it's actually structured to go after them for breach of contract. And when you're suing the ass for breach of contract, you can jam the ass out for punitive damages. I done my homework. Y'all asked, no, I did my homework. So, baby girl, Monday, you know that I ain't playing. So they're a little pissed off over there in the South. And I got another judge, Judge Strickland. I think he was in North Carolina. He got jammed up because him and his son was jamming people up in foreclosure court. And then they went after Shamel Maxwell. Shamel Maxwell, they went after her dad's house, and I am not lying. Shamel Maxwell was in the hospital having a baby, talking to me on her phone, sending documents to her family to go file in the case. Yeah, they kicked her dad out in the property tax court. And I told Shamel when we started this that's the only way that they can get around this ass whooping that she's about to give them. So they rushed over there, but they didn't check. Shamel already paid the taxes. She had a receipt. She paid with check, and she took a picture of her paying. Yeah. So and then it turned out months later, we found out that Judge Strickland and his son was a realtor. And well, the whole kicker was this: Shamel started getting mail, the judge's mail, at her dad's house. At her dad's house. Yep. the judge's mail started going to the house that was foreclosed on over in the property tax court. Smell called me a few months ago, and I guess they hauled him off the bench, and he's in trouble over there. So I didn't know. I guess I don't know what you're talking about being backdated, baby girl. I don't know. You got to do your own homework on that. So I'm not an attorney, so I'm just an ass kicker. Legal malpractice. Well, it's actually breach of contract because when you go in for legal malpractice, they have it set up that you have to prove fraud. And to prove fraud, you have to have 7 things, connect all this stuff. And if you miss one thing, so they're doing fraud, but they don't, they don't want to call it out like that. You can bring this baby girl to the coaching group because we don't really. I like to talk about what I want to talk about here. Hey guys, here's team captain. What's up, Miss Tammy? We're just talking a little bit. Oh yeah, I just talked a little bit about this mental evaluation crap that they did to me, and I showed them the court transcripts where my attorney and prosecutor was making a deal with the judge to send me back, but the judge was telling them that they're not to be medicated. So basically, the judge just sent my ass back. Maybe next week next week I'll show you guys. Next week I'll show you guys the judge's order dismissing all of that shit. The same damn judge that was ordering me to do that shit. Yep. And it took me 2 years after I got out fighting their ass, and drove my ass down there to file my stuff every time. As a matter of fact, it's like 40 miles one way. I drove my ass down there to file my shit in their face. And I'm not lying. One time I got there and I'm walking up to the federal building, and the marshals tell me, Mr. Neighbors, you don't have to get your ID out. We know who you are. Oh, and I'm like, oh, damn. Okay, I don't know. That's creepy. That all right. So you know what, guys? I like to keep a positive look on things. So I'm fine not getting my idea out if you guys are down with that. I'm just happy that I'm not being brought up from the basement, chained and shackled. And when I said that, the old dude standing over with the suit on, with the blue coat on, crossed his arms and looked at me. I'm like, y'all need to tell your old bulldog to chill over there, all right? Well, as much as I've been through here, I think y'all need to have a sense of humor on this shit. And yeah, it all got dismissed. But I never did see the judge's order for the dismissal. It was a long time ago, and I was so happy that shit was done. And then I was going through some other stuff the other day to get ready for these fools over here because I know they're over there. Oh, and I ran across that. So I'll share that with you guys next week. I showed it to my wife. Oh, her mouth was like on the floor all day. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to use that and what I showed you guys today. And I got one other document that's 27 pages long that shows all of the times that they shipped to me all across the United States over the 33-month period of time. 27 freaking pages long. 27 pages long. So, I started doing this to protect my wife, and I wasn't able to do that in the beginning. And then while she was gone, and now she's been out for a while, and Oh yeah, they try to shut down Airbnb and whatever, and I ain't having that. Yeah. They asked me to bring a lunch. Yeah. So yeah, well, I'm protecting her pretty well right now, but I got a little out of control. I got a little out of control, and what I do now is therapy for not being able to protect her. That's pretty much what it is. It's therapy for not being able to protect her. And then I saw Tammy's thing, and I was like, "Oh hell no, we ain't having that shit." So Tammy, take your time. Tammy, just take your time. Tammy messaged me today and said, "Well, she has 2 videos now, and the first one got removed, and I don't know where they put it, but I still have the original." I'm going to post it on my website. Yeah, I'm going to blog. When I make a blog, post it in there. I am. Yeah, they're going to have to keep doing a whole lot of work on the internet. They want to keep, or they can just pay Tammy her $100 million. And I don't think they have it. So what we're going to do about that down the road, we're not in a hurry right now, but what we're going to do about that down the road is Tammy's going to, we're going to put a Les Penance lien against the Recorder of Deeds office, the Register of Deeds office. Yeah, we're going to put a lien against the Register of Deeds office because I'm pretty sure they got $100 million in assets. And then if they want to play around, after that, and they keep acting like they want to play and be stupid, then we're just going to foreclose on the Register of Deeds office. I don't know. I think I can perform a foreclosure. I never thought that I'd be thinking about doing a foreclosure, having somebody do a foreclosure. Huh. Oh, hell yeah. I'll help you do one on the Register of Deeds office any freaking day. Actually, I shouldn't really need to help anybody do that shit. Y'all ass know how that goes. Y'all been doing that shit for a minute. So we got some ideas. These are just a few of the things that that you're going to be learning in the webinar training on how to bring justice to judges. Yeah, I was watching this program and I was listening to this program on the radio, and this guy was talking about how he had to be right all the time. All the time he had to be right. He turned into a right supremacist. So I got that started bouncing around in my head. Oh, so I think I'm a justice supremacist. Oh, I think I need a white hood. You think I need a white hood? No, I can't be looking at the little eye hole thing because I need to be able to see shit around me. You can't see shit looking at a little eye hole thing. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I might need a hood. I'm a justice supremacist. I need to figure out what kind of suit I need to wear. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can tell that I kind of enjoy my job just a little bit here. Sometimes too much. What's up? It is what it is. Tell it ain't. Yeah, that's gonna be Fire Ride the Hole. And I can't wait to show it to you guys. And the ching chang about it is the document that we filed challenging the speedy trial. Yep, was one that my wife put together. It was one that my wife put together. Oh, they ignored that shit in hers. Yeah. Yeah, but I figured out a way that we both bring this stuff back up on the table. And as far as the reason she's bringing, because they try to say, oh, statute of limitation, whatever, that's total bullshit. Here's the thing: if that shit's still affecting you, somebody else need to be sued. Oh, how's it affecting you? Oh, you have to write on that shit you're a convicted felon every time you get a job. Oh, yeah, you get pulled over by the cops. If you haven't got your passport and changed that shit so you're not a U.S. citizen, you get pulled over, they see that you've been convicted, then they treat your ass more like shit. Uh-huh. Oh, no. Well, we about to change that, so. Yeah, but I'm going in first. I like to soften up their soften up their something. Yeah. Oh yeah, I like to go in with some. Y'all know me. I'm just gonna take my time, punch these people around, and then my girlfriend, who's also my wife. My girlfriend, she's also my wife. Yeah, and then she gonna bring hers when she wants to. I don't know. No, baby girl, this is about me. Oh no, dude, you got that right, 100%. As a matter of fact, just to keep it on the table, her mind came up with connecting the ATF mental shit to the shit. I hadn't got there yet, but I was coming. It's like last week when Kim came to the table with the deal, the plea deal. Yeah, but that's all right. I don't hang out with people that ain't smart. I don't know what, you need to figure that out yourself, baby girl. Okay. You need to figure that out yourself, because I don't tell people what to do. Actually, I do. And then if I thought that you need to worry about a bunch of other shit, then I would put that in there, but I don't. So you can do that on your own. Okay, guys. Hey, I got to get rolling. I got to go watch a movie with my girlfriend. Thank you guys for value sharing your time. And next week, I'm going to show you what happened when you forced a federal judge to. I don't know why I think. So the same judge, Judge Murguia, who dismissed my stuff, he's no longer a judge down there because he got himself busted. I'm just going to throw it out there. Y'all can look it up. Having sex and stuff with defendants and other people, not me. He didn't like my ass. He kept sending my ass out to the mental institution. Yeah, so he had to step his ass down. And Tara D. Moorhead, the federal prosecutor, one of the federal prosecutors that was up in our face, violating our due process. Yeah, she got her ass in trouble because she was listening to inmates' phone calls and doing a bunch of dirty ass shit over there in CCA. And so when the Mexican guys would show up for the hearing, the marshals would take the Mexican guy's notes and scan them in and send them upstairs to the prosecutor. Yep. So then when the Mexican guys got ready to talk, then the prosecutors already knew what they were going to say. Yep. But that didn't happen for very long because they told everybody that I was mentally ill, and they kept me for an extra long time in CCA. And so, yo hablo español. So tengo muchos amigos allá. So I had a lot of friends there. Yep. So I helped four of them get out. And what we learned was that when you take your notes, they unchain and shackle you, put you in a cell, and then they take your notes, whatever notes. Most of the time, it's in an envelope. They take it in the other room. And from talking to these guys, I figured out that there's no way in hell she could know that unless they scan that shit. So. So what we did was The Mexican, we all met in one room. I gave them the documents that they needed. I explained to the young people that was fluent English, and then they explained to the Mexican guys in Spanish so they could write it down. Mm-hmm. And then when they went to court, they licked that envelope sealed, and they wrote their address, their home address in Mexico, wherever, and the return address like it was a letter. Mm. And now those assholes can't open it up and scan it in and send it up to them. 4 people got out. Oh, then they got mad because somebody in the male side was helping the Mexicans with their legal work. And my wife wrote that in a letter to me. And one of the guards, I'm serious. Okay, this shit is not made up. And so I had to write her back. She wrote me a letter telling me this shit, and she said the thing was Bubba, which used to be my nickname in high school. She was trying to tip me off. So I wrote her back. We could write each other, and she was in the unit right next door. We could write each other, but we had to mail that shit out, mail it back so they could make copies of it. So when I wrote her back, I just told her, I said, look, I don't know who this Bubba is. Everybody in here got at least 2 or 3 names. So I don't know who this Bubba is. But what I do know is that they can't think that I'm the one that's helping the Mexicans and 4 people got out and went home because their paperwork kicked their ass in court. Their verbal words that they read off the oh, it can't be me because they already said I'm mentally ill, and they're sending my happy ass back with a forced medication order because I can't help my attorney do shit. Yeah, they can't have it both ways. Okay, they can't have it both ways. I'm in or I'm out. Okay, I'm not halfway. Yeah, Kerry got that right. Ain't nothing scared Judge more than a pro se asshole. I mean litigant. Litigant. Ain't that the truth? Yeah, they monitor your calls. And you know what we do when people are using the prosecutor eliminated package? What we do is we tell you when your people call you, tell them what we're doing. Tell them everything we're doing. Tell them. Coach said the legal team is we're about to sue the judge and the prosecutor, and because none of them have, there's no criminal statutes don't have enacting clauses, they don't have title, they're shit. Tell them on the phone. That's the quickest way to get people out of jail because that phone is set up to monitor things. Not only does it monitor your calls, if you say sue the prosecutor, bomb, well, you don't want to say bomb. That's probably oh, that's probably not good to say that, but you know what I'm saying. And I tell people to take scripts out of that lawsuit package and read it right in the phone and tell them to go tell the other people that you need to tell your people to go to winningcourtnow.com and get your shit. Guys, you have no idea how powerful these stupid little things are. Okay, because they don't want people to know what the hell's going on. That's why they took my shit down underneath that judge's name. They don't want everybody to know that judge, I'm pretty sure, generally don't have anybody fill out the consent form, which means that she's screwing people over in administrative hearing. Wait. If the judge didn't have a fact of findings and a conclusions of law, your ass was in an administrative hearing and you were getting screwed. So, judge, does Judge Christoph provide a fact of findings and oh hell no, she was too busy answering. She was too busy answering on behalf of her buddies because they're in a jam. And they don't realize that Tammy's legal team already yeah, I told my daughter told me that I should hire Denzel Washington to play to be in my movie, and then I tell her that I could play Denzel Washington in my movie myself. I'll just get him to sign off so I could play him in my movie. My daughter's like, "Nah, Dad, no, no, Dad, it's not doing." I'm like, "What? I'm not sexy enough?" Oh, yeah, my daughter. Yeah, I was messing that shit up in her head. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Perfect. Nah, Humira, she'll enjoy it. I'm sure she watches on my stuff to see. And it's funny, she's working, the thumbnails are absolutely fabulous. So she watched the live stream last week, and then she texted me and she said, "So I get it now. Our goal, how did she put it? Our goal is to do everything that we can to offend the judge." She's from Pakistan, so yeah, and so yeah, that was the way that she was taken. And so I told her, well, yeah, but let me explain, let me explain. Oh yeah, that was pretty funny. Well, no, we're just stating the facts and how we're gonna jam their ass up. So if they want to get offended by that. Thank you, Brady. You got that right, man. They all think they're God. Are you kidding me right now? And you know what? Yeah, they're gonna be hell to pay. They're gonna be hell to pay right now for these fools who want to get in. For these fools who want to get in the way. And there we go, right there, guys. Winningcourtnow.com. You can go there and get the firepower that you need to shut some shit down. That's what we do. We stop the court process. 101. Well, we're a little higher than 101 now, but I like that 101 because it you know. Thanks, guys, for the value of sharing your time. I'm gonna get on out here. See you guys next week when I'm gonna bring a few more documents to the table and start showing everybody how these fools try to act. And then if you know anybody facing this shit, man, the easiest way to get out of the mental incompetence hearing, and I'm gonna close on this. The easiest way to get out of the mental competency hearing is to challenge the doctor. Challenge the doctor. And you do that. You do that by asking the doctor where. So you want to make sure, you're like, doctor, your goal is to assess my mind, correct? Correct. That's the goal, Mr. Neighbors, because your mind's all over the place and you jacked up, even though you helped those Mexicans go home. Okay, doctor, where is my mind? Oh, the doctor got so pissed when I hit his ass up with, where's my mind? Would the court note that the doctor has not responded? Assuming the doctor's thinking about where my mind's at. The doctor never said anything. And so most the doctor doesn't know where my mind is. So if the doctor doesn't know where my mind is, how can the doctor be competent to assess my mind? Okay, well, that didn't get me out. What got me out is I appealed the forced medication order from the medical facility and I won my appeal. Uh-huh. Mm. Um, with the help of my badass wife and a few other people. Thank you, Mr. P, Mr. Dennis, Mr. Zoo Man. Yeah, there were some other people in there. And I'll tell you right now, there was times when I looked down in the sand and I didn't see a size 16 footprint. So I'm just saying, and and that's one of the motivators that, and this is the other one. Yep, this is my ID. My ID that that they gave me while they made me do all this stuff. I keep it right here on my desk and I look at it every morning and every single night. Every morning and every single night. Thank you guys for the value sharing your time. I'll see you in the next Cha-Ching Chang.